On 12th of January 2020, the Indian Navy aircraft carrier INS Vikramaditya received what could prove to be a historic visitor, a prototype HAL Tejas naval fighter prototype. The aircraft made a successful landing and then was able to take off again off of the ship's ski ramp. The development is remarkable. Building an aircraft capable of carrier use has always been recognised as one of the most difficult in aeronautic engineering, and currently only the United States, France, Russia and China build aircraft capable of this. The test showed that India may be about to join this club. The naval Tejas is also remarkable, as the Indian Navy have already stated that they have no interest in acquiring the aircraft. The Tejas is a fourth-generation light fighter and attack aircraft that has only recently entered service with the Indian Air Force. Designed and built in India, it is a single-engine aircraft intended to replace the Indian Air Force's ancient MiG-21 fighters. It is the most advanced aircraft designed and built in India to date, and the IAF has a requirement for perhaps as many as 324 of these aircraft. But it is this single engine that prevents its adoption by the Indian Navy. With ambitious plans afoot to field a three-carrier navy, India will soon have one of the strongest naval air arms in the world, second only to the United States. But it recognises it needs the best aircraft to meet its potential. It has a requirement for 57 modern carrier aircraft to supplement its existing fleet. The single-engine Tejas is considered unsuitable for the carriers, as any problem with its propulsion in flight would mean the loss of the aircraft. The Navy are set on adopting a twin-engine aircraft as their new carrier fighter bomber for this very reason. Additionally, the Navy have announced that they consider the Tejas overweight for operations from their existing carrier. The Indian Navy currently operates the MiG-29K on the Vikramaditya. Though these aircraft were only acquired from 2009 onwards, they have proven difficult to maintain and victim to poor quality engines. The Indian Air Force has also had issues with another contender that is in the running for being the new naval fighter, the Dassault Rafale. This aircraft was selected for the IAF's new medium multi-role fighter in 2012 in a contract that was touted to be worth over $10 billion. But the deal fell apart in 2015 in recrimination. The Indian government bought 36 Rafale off the shelf in recognition of its desperate need for a modern fighter in the light of tensions with neighbouring Pakistan and China. So the Rafale has the advantage of already being in service with the country. Additionally, the Rafale Maran has seen combat service with the French Navy and proved itself a capable platform. But the falling out between the Indian government and Dassault means that acquisition of more Rafales is questionable. The other contender is Boeing's F-18E. This company is pushing extremely hard for the Indian Navy to adopt their aircraft, stating that adoption of the F-18 would serve as an important symbol of the new relationship between the United States and India. Boeing also seems to hope that this naval capability will be their ace in the hole in the new Indian Air Force competition to find an aircraft after the failure of the Rafale deal. Naturally, Boeing would love to scoop this contract in addition to the naval one. But in this they face tough opposition from almost every manufacturer of fighters in the world. Lockheed, for example, have offered to move production of their latest model of the F-16 practically exclusively to India for their bid. With so much interest in the Indian fighter contracts, both for the Air Force and Navy, it seems surprising that the Indians are going to the effort to experiment with a naval aircraft that they themselves say they don't want. But the Tejas carrier landing demonstrates just how capable the Indian defence industry is becoming. Already plans are afoot to build a two-engine variant that means that India could fulfill its own naval fighter requirements in the future. Additionally, though the current single-engine variant is not ideal, this test demonstrated that should India ever need to, they can field their own indigenous naval strike fighter if necessary. With tensions building between neighbouring China and Pakistan, and international criticism of the Indian government's policies on Kashmir starting to increase, the ability to meet defence requirements indigenously may prove most attractive in the country's acquisition decisions. That wraps up this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you are interested in military history and affairs, feel free to check out my website, militarymatters.online. I'll put a link in the description. Also, have a look at some of the other videos I've produced. You may find something else of interest. Check out some of the links coming up.